Hi, so this is another foundation first impression demo and review video, and today I'm going to try and review the Inglot HD Perfect Cover Up foundation. So it comes in a black box like this, and I got this in the shade 71. Inglot makeups, they're like pretty similar to Makeup Forever. They go by numbers instead of names. So I got this shade in 71, and I bought this from the this year's New York City IMATs. So I don't think I've seen this foundation last year, so it might be a fairly new product, I think. So I do have the Inglot AMC foundation as well as the YSM foundation. I did a review on the AMC cream foundation. Check out my review playlist, and it will be in there. And then I haven't done a review for the YSM foundation yet. That will come up soon because that is a pretty nice foundation as well, and it's also like a cream foundation. This, however, is a liquid foundation, I believe. It has a pump in it. And this has 35 milliliter, which is 1.18 US fluons, which I think is definitely a little bit more than the standard 1 ounce, standard 1 ounce foundation kind of amount. So that is good. I got this from IMATs, like I said, and I got the pro discount, so I don't remember how much I paid for. I'll link the website, the Inglot website down below. You can purchase their stuff online, and if you're in the New York City area, they have a store in Times Square. I don't think a lot of people review Inglot products or use Inglot products on the YouTube channel, which is kind of strange because I do like Inglot products. I think that they're pretty affordable. I think their price range is kind of like the Sephora brand, like I'm not saying the Sephora makeup or products. I'm saying the Sephora their own brand of product. That they're kind of in between the drugstore and the high-end price. So Inglot products is somewhere around that price range, which is I think it's pretty decent, and they do have a lot of good products, just like the Sephora, the Sephora name brand products. They're also pretty good quality, and as a freelance makeup artist, I do have a lot of Inglot stuff as well as e.l.f. stuff. So I don't find that necessarily high-end products are better. Sometimes it's really just you gotta try, test. So their stuff is usually pretty simple packaged, really convenient. It's definitely for more of like a makeup artist type of thing. So the bottle really remind me of, I think I've talked about this in my IMATs haul video as well. I think I talked about the price in that video, but like I said, I'll link the retail price down in the information bar, and I'll have a blog post where I list all the ingredients and all the other extra informations on there. So the bottle reminds me of the Sephora, I think it's the Sephora 18 Hours Wear foundation, something like that. I think they are discontinuing that product because Sephora came out with another foundation, right? Yeah, like a serum type of foundation. But this really reminds me of the Sephora packaging. If you've seen the Sephora foundation in this particular container, you know what I'm talking about. So it's very sleek, very simple. You can actually see the foundation color through the packaging, which is, I think, it's pretty nice. Although I did swatch them at the show, so this came to a fairly okay match for me. Their foundations are kind of weird. This one does have a lot of a beige tone in it, which I think is good for me because I do usually use a lot of beige when it comes to foundations. And then, if just for foundation reference, if you're more familiar with MAC, I know that a lot of people are more familiar with MAC. I wear MAC NC20, and And then if you wear CoverGirl foundation, like the Outlast one, like this one, I wear nude beige, which is A32. And then if you're Maybelline foundation person trying to match me, I'm 20 Classic Ivory in the Dream Wonder one. And I'm usually a number 23 in BB cream, Korean BB cream. So this foundation is also hypoallergenic. That's what it says in the back. It says HD Perfect Cover Up Foundation. So I'm not sure if this is gonna be as good as the Makeup Forever HD foundation. I do really like that one. I think the Makeup Forever HD foundation is more of a light to medium coverage foundation. I also did a review on the foundation, I believe. I've been using the Makeup Forever one for a while. I know how that one works. That one is really good for photographs. I think that's what it was originally designed for anyways, for like photograph, and then it's like your skin but with like better coverage, and it still looks like your skin. So HD foundation, which means it doesn't have any sunscreens in it, because I guess once you have sunscreens in the foundation, it tends to show in the flashed photographies. It will gives you that kind of like white unnatural cast, and just not flattering. That's why this doesn't have SPF in it. So definitely use a sunscreen underneath, or maybe like a sunscreen enhanced setting powder, or maybe use like a sunscreen enhanced facial mist or spray to set your foundation if you're gonna wear this outside. But yeah, this is 71. It looks like it might be a good match for me. We'll see. I'm going to apply this with the e.l.f. powder brush. I have two of these because I know this is really good foundation brush, but I have kind of forgotten about it and stored away in the drawer and just really forgot about it. But it's a really great foundation brush. Inexpensive, $3. Or if you get it while it's on sale, you probably pay like half of the price. But I used to use this for all kinds of foundations, and it just gives a really nice flawless application. The consistency was actually quite thick. As you can see, it looks like a cream. It almost looks like a cream foundation. It doesn't really look like a liquid foundation. See, it's not that runny. It's actually kind of thick. I mean, at least, I don't know, it doesn't look like it's really runny, but the shade looks quite beige, but definitely has a warm undertone to it. It's really hard to find a good match from their foundations, because they're usually on the, I think, yellower side. I think, at least that's what I remembered. But anyways, let me just use this. So that's one pump, I guess. So I'm just using a little bit, and this doesn't really have any scent, so I guess that's good. I have some really stubborn pimples. I usually like to do my foundation reviews when I have a pretty bad skin day. Like right now, I'm just like breaking out everywhere, and it's like really bad. So it's like the perfect time to do a foundation review, because you can see how well the product covers. So when I use this particular foundation brush, I usually like to just dab the product into my skin. Gives a little bit more coverage this way, and then you can kind of like sort of buffing out the edges like that. So this is pretty much like one layer. I dabbed in on certain spot so I can get a little bit more coverage, and then kind of like buffed out the edges. Thank God it doesn't look too pale and it doesn't look too warm. It seems like it's a perfect match for me. So perfectly matching to my neck, which I really appreciate. So far, all the Inglot foundations that I have are a pretty good match for me because it has that slight beige tone to it. But the thing that scared me a little bit was when I squeeze this onto the back of my hands, it looks kind of warm, a little bit on the warm side. But then again, I think even if it's a little bit warmer, it's fine because it is approaching summer, and I'm sure I'll get a little bit tanner. If not, well, since I wear sunscreen all the time, if not, my body will probably get tanner, so I might want to match my face to the rest of my body. So if it's a little bit warmer, I think it's fine. But so far, it does even out the skin tone, which I think most foundations has a bit of a decent coverage, will probably do anyway. And that's what you really want in the foundation. It's something that can quickly evens out your skin tone, because when you have like an even skin tone, your face kind of looks sallow and looks just tired and everything. But if you have a product that can quickly even out your skin tone, I think it literally just brightens up your face right away. So I forgot to tell you that I do have like serums underneath my face, but I didn't use any sunscreen, I didn't use any makeup primers, and I didn't use any facial moisturizers. So I'm literally just putting this on my bare face in a way. I think it will help a little bit more if I have a primer or maybe like sunscreen underneath. But I just want to see how this looks on bare face. And I forgot I have to go outside, so I definitely need to use a SPF, you know, on top of this. But anyways, as you can see, let me show you close-ups. Actually looks pretty natural. I think the finish looks more of a semi-matte. Feels pretty lightweight. I don't think is as lightweight as some of the newer foundations that are out on the market, especially with, you know, those serum foundations nowadays. They're super lightweight, provides a good amount of coverage. I think this is like a light coverage foundation, and it doesn't look like it's buildable, which is fine because with these kind of stuff I have to use a concealer for it, and as well as under eye concealer for my under eye dark circles. As you can see, I still look sick. But overall, what I look for, personally what I look for in a foundation is something that can quickly evens out my skin tone, and then something that doesn't look oily throughout the day, and something that doesn't clog my pores, and then something that doesn't seep into the fine lines and create that kind of like crusty dry crease. You know, sometimes foundation do that. And then I also look for a foundation that doesn't go super matte to the point that it makes my face look flaky and dry. So yes, we do ask for a lot in the foundation, but at the same time, I think a lot of the newer foundations are kind of hitting the mark on, you know, achieving all those stuff. So I think this is okay. It's decent. I actually personally think this, I don't know how this will look in pictures. It doesn't look like it's making my face dry. So far, I don't see any dryness or dry flakes around my face. And then I don't know, you tell me if this looks like a semi or demi matte finish or satin finish. I can still see a bit of like a glowiness on my nose and, you know, on the high points of my face, which I think it's actually pretty flattering. So that means the foundation doesn't make my face like super flat. Yeah, I don't like a super flat foundation. I need something that also can just make me look like I'm not wearing anything. So it does look like it gives a pretty natural finish, but like I said, it's definitely like a light coverage, because the redness is kind of peeking through. If anything, maybe it's turning to like a sheer coverage foundation. I don't know, I think maybe it's like a sheer to light coverage foundation for this one. I tried to like dab on another thin layer on top of the red mark. It didn't really do anything, so I don't think it's buildable coverage. I think the consistency is definitely thicker than the Makeup Forever HD foundation, because that foundation is actually quite liquidy in a way compared to this one. And that coverage, like I said, is more of like a light to medium coverage, so a little bit more coverage than this one, I believe. This is a still decent foundation. I like the fact that my skin still look like my skin, but I feel like it doesn't really do that much besides even out the uneven part, because other than that, it's kind of like it feels more like a tinted moisturizer in this case. My skin doesn't feel tacky or anything, which is good. It doesn't look like it's transferring, so that's good, because I don't like a foundation that transfers. That's like a big no-no for me. I've thought a neutral rating for this products too, so I guess if you want an HD foundation and if you want to get the Makeup Forever one, but if it's a little bit too pricey for you, maybe you can get this one. But personally, I think that I might just get the Makeup Forever one, because it's lighter weight, it's better coverage, and it's better quality, and I would definitely splurge a little bit and then get that one instead of this one. This one's not that bad either, if you really want to try. But if you really don't have any like skin problems, this is a pretty decent foundation. But like I said, my opinion on this product is pretty neutral at this point. I don't dislike it because I do like the finish of it. But I just wish it has just a little bit more coverage that can at least cancel out some of the redness in my face. So anyways, yeah, I hope you enjoy this review for the Inglot HD Perfect Cover-Up Foundation, and I hope you find this helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos and reviews and things like that. Thank you again for watching. Take care. Bye.